Actually live right now. Um, okay, so we'll begin. Those of you who have computers, you have a computer, I'll give you some time to get your computer out and stuff. You have a computer. Guys, it's great if you guys come in to the demo in person. This demonstration in person is just so much better because I could actually, sit with you guys and help you guys could leave with something viable and so on. So, hello, everyone. I am Mr. C. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm a co-founder of Calabash AI, and I've been working in technology for over 20 years, building real systems from point of sale machines to machine learning solutions and more. In this course, I'm going to teach you the basics of AI in a way that actually makes sense. You don't need to be a Harvard graduate. You don't need to know everything about the code. What you need is clarity and the ability to guide through AI, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build something real together. Let's get started. As you can see in the screen, I have a person that is my avatar. This is me when I'm online. I'm a little younger, but let's see what he has to say. I'm sorry, guys. Guys, listen up. We have inside the chat, there is a link in order to so you could view these on you could actually view these online. If you see the link, are you able to access the link? Are you able to access the link? Okay. Yeah, access the link on the chat. Yeah. Giving you guys time to access the link and so on. Mhm. Okay, so as you can look on the screen, we have something known as the flow system. This is a system that I developed. A system that I developed in order to help everyone understand AI a lot better. First, we have number one, we have you. You are the idea, the creator, the visionary, the starting point. You might sit down and say one day, hey, it's a great idea if I start a website, or I would love to have an avatar, or I want to create a message board, something really cool, or something that you've been thinking about. So now we have this powerful AI that we're able to utilize. We can't use it just like Google anymore. We could make a lot of money with this. We could help each other with it, help your daily task. The next we have number two, which is the AI itself. This turns your ideas into instructions. It helps you think and organize better. It expands your vision. And the third is the agent, AKA the tool. This builds and executes, turns ideas into real results, and delivers any ideas that you have online. The flow, again, we're just going to work through this. The creator, the idea, the vision, the one who's calling all the action shots. Then we have the knowledgeable brain. Obviously, we don't know everything, so we utilize this AI in order to gain more knowledge on any particular subject. The AI brain is the translator for you. It takes what's in your mind and breaks it down so the computer can understand it, converts ideas into structured instructions, organizes your thoughts, and expands your vision. So this is an agent. As you can see, I have Agent Smith over there in the left field. Agent Smith is uh is right here. Uh, and we have some of the agents that we utilize. We have Kling, we have VO, we have 11 Labs, we have Calabash. That's a company that I work with and co-founder of. And these are the tools that we utilize with the AI in order to create something structurable, something that you could utilize in your day to day, or you could get paid with the website, something, but we need the tool in order to do it. Before, I remember when they first came out with the AI, it was almost like Google. It had all the information, and one AI wasn't able to do everything that it's able to do now. Now, a lot of the AIs, they do multiple things. Okay. Again, this is just another look at the structure. I really want to drive this in because I really want you guys to utilize this. We're gonna be going through the flow in this demonstration in this class. Okay, what you can create using the flow system. These are different boxes, and in each box is what your mind can take you. Wherever your imagination is, it can lead you there. We have websites. I know some of you guys have some ideas that you were thinking about. Maybe you want to do a website to sell your flower business or an online company dealing with clothing. These are the websites. We have books that you could write. You could utilize this AIs in order to create books, email campaigns, video games, print on demand, social media content, podcasts. Um, we have avatars that we could create if we want to do a podcast where we're not usually showing our face, or you want to use a image or a cartoon or something. Um, we have videos. You can create a lot of great videos, singing videos with AI, music songs. And I know there's a lot of people who they're artists, and maybe sometimes you always wanted to be a rapper or a singer, or you felt like you could do the opera, and you never had that great voice. Well, you got AI. They could do that. We have online courses. You can do online courses with AI. They could actually write out the course for you, create the structure, create the website, create the book, create a podcast, create the images. We have landing pages. Maybe you have a idea, and you just want people to know that you're out there. You have a lawn business, and you basically just want people to just go to a website, have your phone number out, have really simple web page, and you just want people to just get to know you a little, know your business. I've seen people create whole movies with this. In fact, I have a couple movies online that I've created. I'm working on a few movies right now. I'm working on an anime. I'm working on a real one, a realistic type movie. I just been on this thing, AI, since I started it, and I love it so much. E-commerce stores, this was a very hard thing to do. A lot of people was having difficulty selling stuff online because it would cost so much for the person to create the e-commerce, create that web page, and create that website. A website is probably going to cost you up to $1,000. So you could actually, and I'm actually in the process of, I actually have created websites where I've gotten paid from doing so. So you can just go and just create a website, create an e-commerce store just from doing that. Reports and documents. You sit down, you want to structure a document or something. I recently wrote a web app, and that app it gave me the ability to create signatures on my documents. So I don't even have to use the DocuSigns and that. I could create my own reports and so on. AI chatbots. You can create a chatbot with AI. Maybe you want the chatbot to talk back and forth to you. Commercials. You can do commercials. You have a product that you want to sell, and you want to take pictures of the product, and you want Winnie the Pooh to you spray some perfume on himself, and you can sell that perfume. Your imagination is just really wherever you want to go. Now, here's a cool one. This used to cost so much. Everyone has an app idea. So many people have apps. Oh, I wish I could create an app in order to create a task. I want to create an app to bicycle share, whatever you want to do, you can do it with AI, and the technology is getting more and more easier for the everyday person. Again, in my intro, I said you do not need a Harvard degree anymore, and you really don't. Sales funnels, create your sales, create leads with AI. Digital products, there you go. Digital products, that's kind of self-explanatory. Basically, you could just sit and make a QR code machine and that people could upload and create a QR code for yourself. Today's class is going to get you right in that front step where you could start and give you the ability to see where your understanding lies. And, after this course, you guys could just explore more, and I'm going to show you the basics on how to get that started. Now, we have the AI tool landscape. This different AI tools play different roles. Remember we were speaking about the three flow methods. The U, and basically you have all of these different programs in these in the online that can get you started, and these are what you need in order to build. We'll go through them. Number one, we got the general AI brains. These are, you come in, I don't know anything about creating a flower business or a website. Let's say I want to sell pencils. I don't know anything about pencils, so I come and I could ask questions all in one. Text the chat GPT. Now that's gotten really powerful over the years. I remember when I first started doing chat GPT, it was just like Google. It just gave you just the basics just to get started. Claude, that's a really powerful AI, just like chat GPT, but it's a little bit more stronger when it comes to reasoning. It's stronger when it comes to writing out code. But ChatGPT will get you started. Claude could give you a more in-depth understanding of whatever you're trying to understand. Then we have Gemini. These guys are the giants of AI brains. And when it comes to gaining information, I don't think people are going to even use Google anymore, because these products, how they work is they go out into Google, they go onto the web page, and they gather all this information. You yourself and I could sit back and just gather those information in and utilize those information whenever you want. The perplexity, that's a nice one. It's research, citations. You have a book idea, you want to check if someone has that idea out there. So you utilize any of these. Grok. I have a friend of mine, he has a Tesla, and we sit in Tesla, we talk to Grok all day long. I remember, older folks, whenever they speaking to these AIs, they sit down and they have these conversations with these AIs as if they're living people. So these are just fun in order to just gather information. The next, we have voice. So I myself don't have a great voice, but whenever I sit and I put one of these AIs up and I sing, I'm able to change a song over. I just write out the song and I can select a different voice. They have a selection of different voices where I can just literally go and select a voice, and it could sing for me and sing the song. Back in the days, I remember having to pay a singer. Nowadays, you can just go get an actor. You could get a voice, and a voice that you like. You could upload your own voice and to make it sound so much more professional. Um, this is a beautiful one, Play HT. That helps with your narration, it helps with your podcasting. You want to just upload your voice to it, and it could just help narrate. Just narrating a movie, intros. You Sometimes we just don't have the capacity to just speak for long hours. We utilize these tools in order to get that done. The script is another one. Edit your voice. You could change your voice to whatever you want. So now we have the video AIs. Kling AI, that's the top runner. Everyone is using Kling AI. Today we're going to be using another one called Open Art, which is similar to Kling AI, but we're going to be using, and you could, once you learn one, you kind of, the structures are pretty much the same. We have Runway, that's a Gen 2 video creation. Pika Labs, same thing, creates beautiful videos. You give it a little bit of text and it automatically creates a beautiful video for you. Hey Jen, talking avatars. You have your avatar, you want to just be able to speak and create a podcast. You could use Hey Jen. Synthesia, that's another one that's good for business and business ideas and just promo videos. Then we have the images. Now, every great video, or a lot of times you want to create a nice web page, you're going to need a nice image. Simple. Open art, create a high-end visual. Dahlia, that's built in ChatGPT. That's actually part of ChatGPT, which we're going to go deeper into that because some of these AIs, they're multifunctional. That means that they kind of do a little bit of everything. You have some AIs that they, like, for example, Kling. Kling could create voices, they could create videos, they could create images. So it's good to know what each is really powerful in. As I said, we have these lists after the class, they're going to be made available. And you could just use this as, because what I do, I go in between AIs. I sometimes my subscription at the end of the month, I'm like, I don't even know what some of these subscriptions are. I love AI so much. I'm constantly downloading new AI tools and trying to figure out, well, is this better at creating voices, or is this better at creating more information for me? Building AI automation. So this is cruel. You want to create agents. Calabash we have a couple here: Zapier, Auto GPT, Crew AI, LangChain. These build custom AI systems. We have Calabash, which is a company that I helped co-found. And if you have some people, they need a person to answer the phone. They want to know how to, they don't have enough time in their day to answer phones and run a business. Is them a family business, pizza shop. And I want someone to help me out. So we would go to one of these AIs and we create a secretary. And this person or this AI would help answer phones, help you organize your task, help you just like your personal administrator that's there to help you with your business. And I have a feeling that in the future, everyone is going to have their own agent. That's the future that we're looking at, where your agent is going to speak to another agent. They're going to organize a dance class for you, a piano lesson. That's what an agent does. An agent is an action AI. You just think of the movie. Remember the scene where you have Agent Smith and you have Neo, and Agent Smith is, I would say Neo is you, and then you have the computer, and then you have the agents that go around and they just do things inside of that world. This is the same thing. This is the same structure. It's a great way to think about it when you're approaching AI and emerging high-end creative AI. So these are sometimes you really want a good movie and you really want high definition and you want your movie to be cinematic. Cinematic is a word that we're going to be going over. It encompasses shot that you can use. When I say shot, like a camera angle that you can utilize in order to showcase whatever movie or whatever image you're trying to portray, and you want it to be as professional, as close to camera as possible. Today, we're going to be building some avatars for you. So I'm gonna allow you guys to actually sit and come up with your own avatars. AI tools can play multiple roles. We went over that earlier. Here is a couple AI tools, and we're going to see all the different roles that they can play. Some tools don't just do one thing. They can act as the brain, they can act as the agent, they can act as both. So remember what we spoke about when it comes to the flow. Sometimes you can utilize one AI, and that one AI could do all the things, including create, it could even help you create what you could say, you could ask the prompt. So a prompt is whenever you need to speak to the AI, you have to speak to it through a prompt. And when you prompt your AI, you ask your AI, hey, I want to start a business, but I'm not sure. Can you help me start a business, come up with some ideas? And the prompt can actually help you come up with some ideas. And then you take it from there. So here we have open art. Open art is, I would say it's an agent, it's an AI assistant. It does a little bit of both. It comes up with ideas and it examples of what I can do. Image generation, edit enhanced visuals. Put yourself up there and you want to dance, you could use open art in order to actually dance and do different things. Style transfer, prompt refinement. You can use open art in order to do so. 11 labs, realistic voice generation and voice cloning, text to speech, voice cloning, voiceovers, audio branding. This is what you can use 11 labs for. Then my favorite, ChatGPT, is a brain, it's an agent, both. What is the best about, what's it best at? So ChatGPT is great for thinking. So again, when I said the U translates to the AI, you sometimes you don't have, you don't, you're missing like what to actually say in your prompt. And ChatGPT could actually pull those out and organize your thoughts for you. Writing, planning, research, generating ideas. And we could look down and examples of what it can do. Create scripts. I had a great movie idea I put together, and I needed, in order to create a script, I went to a friend of mine. He's a movie director, and he's like, "Okay, if you want me to create a script, you're gonna have to pay me." And I said, "You're my friend. How much you gonna charge me?" He said, $200. I said, "For to create a script? I already got the thing written out." He said, "No, you need a script." And scripts are very structured in a certain way to let the cast members know where to go, what to do, and where to stand. So creating the script is is what ChatGPT can do. So you could say, for example, I have this movie idea. It's about a man getting bakery and he runs into his ex-fiance. Can you help me create a script for that particular scene? And it will actually write out the script for you in a detailed format. Answer and research, same thing. So now we get into Claude, which is also, it does both brain and agent. This is deep reasoning and analysis and writing. So the thing about ChatGPT, it's kind of like a master of everything. But when you really want to do a deeper dive, like we're going to do a deeper dive today, when you're going to do a deeper dive, you're going to want to use Claude. Claude can take you on a deeper, in-depth look at whatever subject you're trying to get into. So the complex reasoning in Claude involves, it could help you with your prompting. Again, everything goes through the prompt. It is how you communicate with the AI. One thing about each AI that you see here, it has to have a prompt. And in that prompt is how you communicate with that AI. Okay, we summarize and explain. So sometimes you might have something that's complicated and you want to actually get a better understanding. You can upload an image and get a deeper understanding of whatever you're trying to do. Structure content. Again, we have a lot of things that we're trying to do and we want to structure the content. Replit. Replit is building apps, websites, and full projects. Code generation, build web apps, debug and decode, deploy projecting. VO Nano Banana, sure some of you have heard, they have a lot of commercials. Cinematic video creation and storytelling. Text to video. You have a text and you need to transform it into video. Cinematic scenes, high quality vision, creative storytelling. Okay, let's go to the next prompt. Again, we're going to use this to build the avatar. ChatGPT, Claude, VO, Calabash, the AI brain, the translator, and we're going to use converts ideas structured. Okay, we create the DNA and the reference code. Full body image, consistent look. We're going to name your avatar, save it, rename the thread. Multiple angles. We want to create multiple angles with the avatar. Whenever you create an avatar, you have to have a reference image. The reference image tells the AI what your avatar looks like from the side, from the angle, from the back. It actually gives you a more in-depth look at what your avatar looks like. So whatever program that you're pulling that avatar into has a location where it can pull out different information from whatever angles. So we asked ChatGPT, to describe this avatar in extreme detail or another AI to recreate it perfectly. This becomes the blueprint of the DNA, okay? The production phrase, use another AI agent, take DNA description, image, plug into higher quality. This is what I say. Sometimes I go from different programs, different AIs in order to create one avatar. We're going to be utilizing all those different combinations of everything, bring together the avatar, bring together the voice, bring together the scene in order to create a podcast, for example. Create a background scene for my avatar podcast. Choose a studio. We could do a city view. We could do an office view. We make the avatar talk. When we're doing lip sync, we utilize certain programs, like we went into 11 Labs earlier. There's a numerous different AI programs and AI parks where they actually have a group of different AIs where you could choose between. We'll explore that in a few. Here's the structure of creating your podcast. You want to have a voice, you have to have an avatar, and you have to have a script. Creates your podcast. The voice, 11 Labs is great for cloning your own voice, create a powerful AI voice identity. Avatars are usually created in HeyGen, DID. This animate photos, avatars with realistic lip sync. Create a digital version of yourself that speaks your own content. The script could be generated with ChatGPT. Generate full podcast scripts in seconds from any topic. Midjourney, Dahlia creates stunning backgrounds, studio lounges, city skyline, and these actually, when you put them together, you could create a podcast, scene. Build your character using the flow system. Your choice. AI structure perfect prompts. Now, what is a prompt? A prompt is basically instructions that you give the AI in order to create an object. So object could be anything. It could be a cat. It could be any object that you could think about in the real world. You have to give the AI that prompt in order to create the object. So now what I've have here is a little flow system structure. And what we're going to do is if you have a piece of paper or a pen, or you have a laptop that you want to write on a side note, or your phone, maybe you have your phone that you want to write. I want you guys to we're going to create an avatar together, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we have to find the subject. You could be a male. You guys want to do it with me? You could be a male. Yes, but before we get there, we have to understand what we're doing. We have a male. You could write male or female on your avatar. Times to write that. You can write it down. If you guys want to go get a piece of paper and a pen, you can. Basically need you to write male, female. You want to create an animal, professional, a teacher, a doctor, or it could even be an inanimate object like a pencil or a pen. You just need a subject. Okay, that person's features are important. Are they tall? Are they short? Is it tall or short? She, big, small, hairstyle. What kind of hairstyle? Do they have an afro? Do they have locks? You tell me. Mohawk. Is the person slim or fat? These are their facial features. Beard, dimples, you have glasses. Mood is very important. If you're doing a podcast and you want your person to be serious, you want them to have a serious look. You want them to be a very happy look. You want them to be sad, have a calm look, confident, and focused. Action. Do you want your podcast person? Maybe sometimes you might don't want them to be standing near a beach, or you want them to be sitting in a chair. These are all important. Walking or running. I did a podcast where I had a person doing an instruction video on push-ups and so on. So I had to have my person do some kind of action. You also want them to be talking. This is also important because when we move that avatar into another program, it's very important that we let the program knows that this person will be talking so it can give you the best possible viewpoint for the next program. You want them to be utilizing their hands. So show of hands, they could be pointing, utilizing hand gestures. This is the style. This is very important. We have 4K realistic. 4K realistic is you sometimes we there's this in each of these choices we have many different variations. So 4K realistic is the most realistic image that you could come up with. You want it to be a cartoon. So there's animes. So there's different styles of cartoon. One thing that I utilize when I'm doing my cartoons is I look for a cartoon that I like, and maybe I want it to look like Naruto, and I want the image to follow the same structure as the cartoon that I like, Naruto. So if you sometimes you have an image, but you don't know that it's animated or it's anime, they have so many different styles of cartoons. Cinematic. Cinematic is basically a shot that looks like a movie scene. 3D Pixar, that's your Disney. So you might want your character to have a Disney look. And this could be your avatar. You wanted to have that three-dimensional look to it. And Pixar created. And the final is an anime movie. So these are the different styles. Again, subject, you put your subject together, your features, your mood, your action, and your style. Okay, look at mine. This is my avatar that I created. This person, I created it. He's actually a pastor, and I want him to look really cool. You guys like how he looks? Again, I would like you guys to go to, there's a link that you guys could actually click on the chat, and you could actually see the image I'm about to show next. Okay, so this male, we'll put it together. He's a confident male, speaking naturally, front facing, because you got to describe the shot that you want. It's very important. Placed inside a modern studio environment, soft, cinematic. That word is very important. Cinematic lighting, clean background, subtle depth, slight camera focus. He's a realistic human appearance, the word realistic. Smooth composition, high detail, the word 4K is there. Professional presentation style. The prompt, place of the image subject into the background image. Again, we got this right here on the side. We have front view, side view, over the shoulder, wide shot, which is full body environment, close up, face focus. Now, this is what you call a character consistent sheet. I remember when we first started doing AI, when I first started and they had ChatGPT, I believe it was 2. And they also had numerous different AIs. And one of the problems with making a movie was something known as consistency character. Creating a character, even this character, I remember I had problems when I first created him like 2 years ago, which was his tattoo would go from his left cheek to his right cheek. Sometimes you might watch a AI video and all of a sudden they had a dress on, it's a blue dress. Next minute you know it's a purple dress, and it flashes, the person goes from black to white, or they're dancing in shoes to dancing in high heels. So for every frame, because each a video is frame by frame, each frame you have to make sure that the character is consistent. So we create what is known as a consistency sheet. In a consistency sheet, it gives you different angles: a left profile, a front profile, right. I have from the back what he should look like. And this is just a background image of the studio itself. The character info is who he does and what he's about. So he's a faith leader, he's a speaker, content creator. His mission: inspire, teach, lead. He's a personality, he's bold. These are the things you're gonna think about. His style: simple, purposeful. His focus, it's almost as if you're creating a person in a visual world. You really want to give the prompt as much information as possible. Visual notes: consistent black wardrobe durag, signature cross necklace, beard well groomed, face tattoo, right side, headphones, microphone always present, warm lighting, neutral tones, plants. And again, guys, listen, as you go on and as you learn how to prompt, you guys get better at having character consistency. And as your character consistency go up, you'll see the quality of your character, your avatar quality go up. This is just something, it's a character sheet of everything that I want the AI to know. Okay. What I did was I created a studio. As you can see, I wanted, just in case I have a prompt that I want to use with him getting up or sitting down, I want the computer not to just be making something up. I wanted to say, look, we have something already I can actually utilize, and this becomes a reference studio for every angles and every movie shot. We also have the left side, we have the right side. Okay. Again, I pulled out a couch. I wanted to really let the computer know that this is a real studio and we're giving it as much information as possible. So in case I want to do something later on the line, I have a sheet that it could go back to. Okay. Today, we're going to introduce you to something called JSON. What is JSON? Everything that we described here has what is known as a reference. So we reference things in JSON. So basically, and this is all for character, character development, character consistency. We need to have, this is, so I'm going to give you a brief introduction of JSON. This JSON correlates with your prompt. It actually, if you, after you create your prompt, you can, and you utilize JSON in order to do simple changes to make sure that the computer is doing exactly what you created. So we've created a JSON code of the studio. We're going to go through it. The project name is called Faith Studio A. The type is Studio Reference Sheet. Subtitle, Studio's Reference Sheet. Theme, faith-based studio. Mood, warm, cinematic, peaceful, professional. The lighting, the colors. And whenever you're using a JSON code, do you see those two little colons? That's followed by the actual description. So we have something that we select, and then we follow it up with a description. These two parentheses is what encapsulate the actual code. So between these two characters, you have the code that you place in it. Okay. So we have one for the studio. We have the colon. In the colon, we have the name, the main background, the wall, center sign, because you want this consistency. And this is how you control your consistency. You don't want the AI to just do something random. So now we have the desk, the setup, the desk. I want it to be large, dark, wood desk, center object. You're trying to overload the computer with as much information as possible. But for this class particular, you will not be necessarily using a JSON, but I'm just showing it to you guys so that you guys could know that it's out there. Just take a look at this. The camera position description, camera position from left side showing angles, the purpose, background reference, image, AI image generation, prompt. Even the prompt, create a warm, cinematic, faith-based podcast studio called Faith Studio. Show the room as clean studio reference sheet with camera angles. How do you get the JSON? You can get the JSON basically for any code. Basically, what you do is you go into ChatGPT and you type, I would like the JSON for this, and it could give you the JSON tool. And then you go through it and you just basically pick whatever description you don't like, you pick it out and put it in. Okay? Data is power, but structure gives us purpose. What is JSON? JSON is a JavaScript object notation. It's lightweight data format used to store and exchange information between systems. It's text-based, data structure, universal, and lightweight. So every prompt understands JSON. Easy for humans to read and write, organizes in key values and pair arrays and nested object. A nested object, again, we went over what a nested object is, basically anything within these two characters. It's basically how JSON works. Data is organized. JSON organizes the data into key value part. Keys are always double quotes. So you see the quotation, name, minister, role, faith leader. Values can be strings, numbers, booleans, arrays, or objects. So I need 5 cars, amount. Again, I'm going to put those 2 colons and then 5. Easy to read. JSON is an easier to read version because really the computer only sees the JSON. We as humans, the ands, the buts, the this, and that's how we speak. But the computer, they just want to get to the real bone. This is what you would call the skeleton of whatever prompt you're looking at. Human, JSON, machine. Remember that. Widely used, JSON powers APIs, websites, mobile apps, databases, and tools. More data moves, JSON usually is behind the scene. So here we have a web, we have mobile apps, we have APIs, databases, AI tools, and more. Okay. You guys understand what JSON is? Are you able to understand? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, great. We're gonna next we're gonna go to OpenArt and Kling, and we're gonna generate the animes and so on. Okay. From questions to real websites. Okay, so basically, okay. This is basically, we're gonna go back to the previous screen. That's the replit. We're gonna do because we're gonna do the website later on. So but first we're gonna create these AIs and so on. So basically, this is one of the Power AIs. It's called OpenArt.ai. Again, we had Kling AI, we have those different structures, but this is a great tool in order to create real avatars. We have the home page. I mean, the home, this is basically the home. Sometimes you could click video, click the image that you would like, the character that you would like. Again, we upload different reference. As you can see, this person, I gave the reference image to the background. You guys remember seeing this? You remember seeing this earlier, right? Right. So what I did was I uploaded it here, and it became a character reference. OpenArt is great with this one right here. It's called the world. Basically, what it will do is, with a little bit of information, it could actually create a 3D image of that world. What could that be used for? Maybe you want to create a video game and you want your character to move around in that video game. What you would utilize AI world, you use this world and it will actually create those worlds. Audio. So again, I told you earlier, a lot of these AIs, they have multiple motions and multiple hands in the pot. So OpenArt AI is also one of those tools that actually uses a little bit of Chat GPT, uses a little bit of 11 Labs, and you could actually make your items a lot faster and easier. This is a description of, this is some of the images that I uploaded. These images that I uploaded here, I will feed this into the system and it can actually create what you would like. Now, most of these AIs have something known as a subscription. And what I would suggest you guys do is go to each of these different AI programs and look at this subscription. Some of them offer, today we're going to be doing the free version. If you guys have never used it before, you guys get a bunch of credits that you could actually utilize to do today's work. The free version can actually create a lot of different steps, a lot of different, you could actually learn a lot from just creating the free version of most of these tools. We have right here, we have the minister over here on the side. Oh, look, that's me right there in the side. That's me in the AI world. This is the 3D generated program I was telling you about. That's what the world's. And this is an animated version of a character that I created. All are referenced through the characters and so on. Okay. We have labels, we have folders that we could put all those images in. And now most of these AI tools, and they work on something called a credit system. So over here, you can see I'm down to 7,000, basically 7,000 credits. Every time you upload a feature, you have to pay some kind of credits. So today we're going to have some tricks of the trade. You guys are gonna be, I'm gonna help you guys. You're gonna save a ton of money because sometimes even just everything you do in open art is going to charge you. So sometimes we'll learn how to blend different things together so that we're not charged all the time. Okay. So as you can see, in order to create this lip sync of this person, it's going to cost me 1,000, basically 1,000 points credit system from my credit. Okay. 1 second. How you doing? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. So basically, we're going to go on to the next phase. Okay. This is again, guys. If you go to the if you go to the link online, you guys are able to see what we actually created here, and pretty soon you guys gonna have your own. So what we're looking at here is basically I created an instructional video with this person, right? And he's just an avatar. He's not a real person. As you can see, we went through how we created him. And this person is going to, I actually had him originally trying to teach Replit to someone, another class that I did. So basically, as you can see, his tattoo moved again on this one. It was over here. Now it jumped over here. So this is the problem that we okay. So now we're just gonna play him and just listen to basically this is Replit. This is the Replit page. I wanted to go over it with you guys. This is gonna create a later on we're gonna utilize this page in order to create a web page. And so he's basically gonna be telling us a little about it. So so again, if you see the screen moves, that's because I wanted to showcase that. That is called handheld camera. Again, with the JSON, when it comes to shots, you can select what camera views and what kind of camera you want. Handheld camera, stationary camera, but the camera shakes a bit because I wanted it to have like a realistic feel. Again, also cinematic. You notice it's a big wide screen. So I wanted it to also be cinematic, feel like he's in a studio. You make it smile or yes, everything right. Again, when that's why it was very important in the beginning that you guys paid attention to when I was creating the character detail sheet. And in the beginning, you remember I asked male, female, you want it to be a serious podcaster. Some people they want their podcast to be very serious. You want it to look like Channel 2 News, or you want your podcaster to be smiling all the time. So you let the prompt And sometimes you want it to be very detailed, so you go into JSON, you get the JSON code, and I want my podcaster colon to be serious, okay? So this is what he was describing. We'll get back to this, but basically, this is the Replit screen. I know I'm going back and forth, but it's all going to make sense later on. This is the main prompt for Replit. Replit is there's you have like 5 different web pages, web AIs. You have the Replit, you have Base 44, ChatGPT does multiple AI. So they also do now something called Codex. They're going into this field where they're able to create web pages. You have Claude also does they have their own code where you could create apps and so on. Again, I this AI is going to be replacing pretty much a lot of different jobs in the future. And if you're not up on this technology, you're going to be left in the past. So I know a ton of friends who have already taught, and they're already making money with these different steps. You can literally charge up to $1,000 to create someone's web page or website. And the websites and web pages, they get so in depth. You want a database, you want this, you want something called Stripe, you want to be able to collect payments, so on. These are the tools that you need, and it's just made so much available. It's known as, the thing is called vibe coding, and we're going to get into that later on. Okay, so we're gonna walk through some different images of some of the different AIs to see what they look like. This is 11 Labs. This is what their page looks like. So whenever you see this page, this is 11 Labs. Subscription, start out with the free one. Again, we were talking about the different credits that each one has. So I have 290,000 credits. In order to create a voiceover, you need a certain amount of credits. We have sound effects. I remember I created a helicopter sound in the back because I was creating a movie type image, and I wanted a helicopter sound. So I had to come over to 11 Labs and gather the 11 Labs sound effects. This is a voice changer. So maybe you don't like what a voice sounds like, and you want it to be a harsher voice or a softer voice. This is for all my guys who want to be opera singers, and this is it. You go here, you hit the music, and you too can sound like everyday opera singer. Trust me. Speech to text, that's very important. You put your speech down and it creates a text for you. And so you basically just record, and I've done that. Sometimes I'm in a meeting, and I, like for this one, I wanted to, if I recorded it, I bring it over to 11 Lab, I upload my voice, my actual audio, and it literally puts it out into text format. Home screen, that's your home. This is basically the home screen. You have the voices, different voices and so on. This is the studio, has all your products and everything you're working on. And these are the files, same thing. Over here, we have the voices. So whenever you are selecting a voice, you want a female voice. Again, it has to match your avatar. My avatar was smiling a lot, so this is what the person that I utilize. His name is LaShawn Pickens. He is part of what they already gives you, and he has a smooth voice, very playful voice. So again, I listened to all the different voices, and I was able to select all that. These are the speed. I wanted to slow his voice. When I first created that avatar, he was speaking very fast. So I slowed, you can hear his voice is slowed down. I did that deliberately so that you guys could know that I had a control of the speed. Um, and this is basically you put your code right here. This is called a prompt. This is their prompt. We're always going to look for a prompt. The prompt is how you communicate with the AI. You cannot communicate with the AI unless you have a prompt. I'm saying that again because I know there's new people that just came in, so I just want them to just realize and not get lost. Okay, finally, my favorite, ChatGPT. Okay, right here is the prompt area. This is where you put your JSON. You could just cut and paste JSONs in here. You can elaborate in here. This is the prompt. On this side, we have, let's see what time. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I want to, that's something we're going to show you later. But we have ChatGPT, and in it we have the different selections that we could go through. You could if you have something that you've worked on in the past, you click here and you could look up whatever you've worked on in the past and so on. Um, you just basically put your prompts, and this is the button that pushes it up into, so you can start utilizing it. This is Claude. This is what the Claude screen looks like. Um, Basically, this is your prompt area. This is the most important part. Create create an image if you have something you wanted to write, you want to learn. You select one of these, and even the code that we were going into on the side, which is kind of hard to see. But we have basically, if you could see a little bit of it, it's the magnifying glass, and that's usually the search wherever you search. We're going to go in depth a little further on, but I'm just introducing you to a couple of these different steps. And okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move into a different, I'm going to move into something different. Okay. Now I'm actually live. This is basically my Open Art AI. This is the program itself. This is the some animes that I created. Um, this is a cartoon that I've been working on for 2 years. So, when I created a prompt, all I had to work with was the basically, I wanted a cartoon to look like it's a specific cartoon. I don't want to mention the cartoon because I don't want to get sued. But I followed a cartoon. It's an anime. It's a adult anime. So you guys get a clue what it looks like. But basically, I wanted that style. So I basically told my prompt, I want this style, and it basically created that style. Again, I was telling you guys about the studio. This is the studio. This is my studio, my 3D studio. You guys could visit it, basically, and come check out my studio. I have a live studio, so I'll tell you the future of animation. So 3D studio that it created. Basically, this is the same studio, but in a 3D world. Look at the chairs, and what you could do with this is you could take different shots. So I could take a shot. Maybe I want to at this angle, and I really want the podcast to showcase this angle and so on. So I utilize this in order to get even more in depth. I'm telling you, the future is here, guys. You're not going to be able to tell what's fake anymore, what's real. It's sad, but and I'm part of the problem. So yeah. So again, so that's part of it. Okay. Again, okay, we're gonna go to Replit. This is the Replit page. Again, I showed you earlier what the Replit page looks like, and this is it live. And so I'm gonna go back here. Um, this is another beautiful AI that's actually fun. This is GenSpark AI. You guys probably see a ton of commercials of GenSpark. And this is cool because it has a lot of the different tools that's already there already. So it has, remember we were speaking about all the different AIs. We have the AI for ChatGPT. Everything is basically here, and I'm going to navigate that later on for you guys. Um, uh, okay. Okay, this is basically, I'm breaking down the actual structure of how I came up with the different slides. We sometimes when we're putting together our own avatar, we need some place to actually put the scripts together. So we create scene by scene, and there's a couple group of AI programs that we can use in order to create the different scenes. This is one of my favorite, which is Canva. Basically, I upload all these different slides into this, or I create the slides within it. Some of them are created within it, and I utilize it in order to go from slides to different movies. You want to put together movies and so on. Basically, you just upload. We go to upload and we upload each screen and so on. Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
Where does the JSON come into this?
But
Is
we're
that something you're using to create the AIs or to describe it?
it's I utilize it in order to build consistency. So I want to be consistent in my AI models, and I might have a particular character that I created, and I need to the lamp, like for example, we saw his tattoo move from side to side, and I really want it to be consistent. So I go into the JSON and I type in facial features, left side tattoo.
You put like attributes
Describe. We're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into that. We're we have a whole class. So we're gonna go back into this. Okay. Sure.
Which parts of the content creation process are you using Replit for?
Excuse me?
You're using Replit. What stage of the content creation process are you using Replit for versus the other tools that you're?
So as we described earlier, each AI tool has its own strong point, strong. Some of them are real powerful in one particular area, and some are really weak in one particular area. You can use Replit in almost pretty much anything, but I wouldn't because it's going to come out really, really, really bad. So you have to utilize a lot of numerous different AIs in order to create something that's really mind blowing.
So what are you using Replit for?
I use Replit to create web pages, websites, yeah, vibe coding and so on. Might want to create the document online. You want to create an app, mobile app. You use Replit to do that and so on. Yeah. So what we do is these are all scenes. As you can see, these are all scenes. And then what I do is I move these scenes over into Canva. And then I create like a video footage of whatever I'm trying to do. Just, just so these are all images and so on that I've created in other. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I'll utilize other programs in order to do so.
So the image was, you just created the image and then you described how you wanted it to be animated.
Yes.
And it was animated. You didn't actually create the animation.
I created you start out with an image, and then from that image, you create known as a character sheet. And then from the character sheet, you upload a character sheet into start from an image, you upload it into OpenArt AI, then you describe your character, and you build or you could just build it from here. But this is the easiest step, is to just, you upload the image and then you create a name for it, create a background story for it. We start with, sometimes we'll do a character sheet. Again, the different facial images. You want a front shot, back shot, front view, pan view, and of either the background place, or you want the character itself. Okay. I'm asking everyone, if you have a phone, if you want to go along, we're gonna work on creating the character. So if you could go to OpenArt AI and see if you could log in. And, how you guys are doing? I'm here waiting. When you're on OpenArt AI, everybody's on OpenArt AI. Basically, just go to the Google, type in OpenArt AI, and it will send you right there. And then
OpenArt.ai.
yes, OpenArt.ai. Now, earlier, I asked you guys to write down a character, basically a character and stuff that you wanted to create and stuff. And some of you might have chose female, some of you might have chose a dog, so whatever you chose, you want to create that object, correct? Okay.
So just start creating now.
No, we're gonna go in OpenArt AI, we're gonna go to images.
I'm not, but how do you sign in? Start creating.
Oh, okay. You guys signed in?
Start creating now.
There's a login. Sorry about that, guys. There's a login. Go to the top up here. There's a login. Yes. And go to the free version. There should be a free version there for you guys. Guys, we went over the different AIs earlier. This is one of the I call it AI parks. And in the AI parks, you have numerous different AIs in one program. OpenArt has the same feature. So basically, right in the model, you can select all these different AIs. You remember we went over each of these AIs earlier. So you have a numerous different choices that you guys could go and pull from, correct? Okay.
These AIs on the right, that's the animation AIs.
Which one you're talking about? This one right here?
List of AI. The list of AI.
Oh, these?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So you
just
could-
some of the image AIs that are listed. I guess, so you select the image on the left, and now on the right is, what's the difference between selecting the model on the left, which right now is set to Banana Pro, and selecting the model on the right?
So basically, you go to the right and you click on it, and then it switches it. So this is your way. You go to this drop down. This is a drop down menu for you to create the selection of what you. Okay. Yeah. So basically, we're gonna choose Nano Banana. You guys not like Nano Banana? We'll choose Nano Banana. Okay. So then hmm? Where you paying is? Okay, so we're gonna go right in the model section. So right under create image, we have image variations, create image. We're gonna go to Nano Banana
I'm there.
Pro. And then we're going to select Nano Banana 2. Oh, Nano Banana 2 and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
It's only 20 points, 20 other ones. And basically we're gonna put this is, I'm just walking through how I created this image right here. So basically, I created, again, guys, earlier we went over how to create a avatar or a character, right? So I'm just gonna read my character to you. A highly detailed cinematic, remember the word cinematic is movie, photorealistic front view portrait of a black man seated at a podcast desk looking directly into the camera. Guys, this is so tedious. And listen, when I was this what used to drive me absolutely nuts. But the future's here and it's so much easier to create prompts, but this is what we had to go through in the first version of ChatGPT to or Dahlia. We had to be so detailed. But I just want to walk you through this. He used full, well-groomed beard, medium dark skin toned, subtle face tattoos on the right side or left side of his face. He's wearing a black do-rag over the ear studio headphones, fitted black long sleeve shirt, silver chain cross pendant. Hands are placed together calmly on the desk in front of him, showing confidence and composure. Remember, that's also important when we're creating the character, you have to kind of describe if he's serious, if he's not. A professional black podcast microphone is positioned directly in front of him, centered in the frame. Background is warm, cozy studio environment with soft cinematic lighting behind him. Decorative plants, candles, frame wall art, including wooden sign that reads Jesus is the way with an arrow pointing on the right. Additional elements include faith-based decor. You gotta be detailed about the camera angle, the lighting, consistency, the style lock. Yeah, and this is all the stuff that you put down. And then remember we went over this word 4K. 4K is also very important. Um and we could generate it.
And I'm sorry, I missed the beginning of the class.
Yes.
This prompt was, did you use some other tool to generate that prompt, or was this a manually created prompt?
If so
Oh,
he,
no, it's good.
yeah, he has the Wi-Fi. So basically I came this is my one of my prompts that I created. But we're gonna walk you through how to create prompts using other tools too.
What tools, just really quick,
Yeah.
what tools do you use to create the avatar?
This is the tool we're creating it right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so basically I'm just showing you this is the prompt we putting together inside here, okay? And basically this is my avatar. See? Looks a little different from this guy, a little bit slightly. Um, each program is gonna create it a bit differently. This is why we use something known as character sheet references, and this is why it's so important to create when you create your avatar. You're gonna have to create a character sheet, and from that character sheet, what I would do is, again, this is a different model claim. From the image screen, we are going to what we would normally do after we create that person was we would sorry. Let's go to we're going to work on creating the actual we're going to actually create the actual avatar now. So we're going to go here, right? As you can see, um we need so again, the guys who are just coming in, this is a character reference sheet, okay? And we're going to upload this into OpenArt AI in order for it not to change the subject and so on, okay?
When you enter the JSON, you enter it into the prompt into OpenAI.
I create the JSON after I create the actual prompt. The JSON, most people who use AI, they use the JSON for character consistency. So after we create a character, we're gonna go on. Okay. So I'll just use one of my students here. Sir, tell me what your character that you created. Okay, you wrote it down, right? So, okay, guys. So we first look at when we're creating this character. It was a man. It was a male, female. Remember the objects. Gonna go back.
We're just gonna go by the formula, the avatar feature.
So we're gonna go back. I want you guys to I'll walk you through this. This is the building part. So basically, build your character using the flow system. You see on the screen, sir? You see on the screen? So we have the subject, male, female. Okay, so you guys select basically I'll go. Okay, so we're gonna tell ChatGPT we need a prompt, right? Of a male, female, uh, dog. Okay. What's the features? Is it slim? Is it fat? Is it bearded? Glasses. Okay. This dog. And then the purpose for a podcast. Um, he has glasses. Middle-aged. We have the mood. Is this dog going to be calm, confident, or focused, or both? You could even utilize multi different moods. And this dog is happy. Very confident. The action. Um, do you want your dog to be? Do you want your character to be standing, sitting, walking? I think I want my character to be standing. He needs to be standing. And go back to and then this is also very important. Do you want your character to be 4K realistic, cartoon, cinematic, 3D Pixar, animated movie means you want it to look like a certain movie. You can even select that. This is the style that you would like. Want it to be 4K. Here's a word that you guys could utilize too. It's called ultra realistic. Ultra realistic.
Photorealistic is another one.
Photorealistic is another one, yeah.
You find ultra realistic works to be better.
Well, if you say photorealistic, there's many different types of photos. So you have black and white photos, you have so you're gonna get in more detail, and as you get better with your prompting, you'll understand more styles and so on, you know. But photorealistic, sometimes you have images of the old photos, so you have to be kind of careful with that, you know. It's very different types of photos. But ultra realistic, it gives you that detailed 4K feeling. And we hit enter. Okay. So again, when we started out in the class, we mentioned that ChatGPT is good to give you the initial start, right? But we don't stop there. So what we do is copy over to Claude. Let me walk you through this real quick. So we have new chat. This is searches all their previous threads. Codex is a system that they just started, which is helps you build websites and so on, web pages. So you can use this to build web pages. Um, then we go to the different projects that we have. New project, you know, I had a project here. Um, and then these are some of your past threads that you have. This is the main prompt screen, right? Then we move over to prompt. We'll move over to Claude. Give you time to guys. We're going through a lot of different AIs. Earlier we worked on the different AIs, so we're going through a lot of numerous different AIs. So this is the second one. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, okay. We're gonna speed it up. So basically we're gonna paste this into Claude. And what we're gonna ask Claude to do is give us basically gonna tell Claude what you want to do. I want to use this text and create a avatar in Open AI. I need this prompt to be more detailed. So this is more reasoning and it gives you a more detailed script. Okay. So enhanced. You see how much do you see the way that it's giving you so much information once you did that? Copy this. I'm gonna go into OpenArt AI. I'm just gonna generate. You guys created it? You guys did it? You guys there? Oh, now, oh, look at this guy. That's nice. That's very cool.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh,
Wow,
very
that's
cool.
crazy.
It's very
You did
cool.
not put your photo.
No, I didn't put a photo, I just
That's
prompted
crazy.
and said you can do Excel and Nikki
It knows it.
That's crazy, yeah, that is crazy.
You know, it'd be kind of cool if we could next time we could have I would like to see some of the different AIs that these guys created
Yes.
and see some of this image. Maybe we could have someone could upload them and so people could see some of the different cool pictures. Yes. Okay, cool. Did you finish? Did you do yours?
I don't have a PC on me, so the phone's gonna be a little.
Oh, okay,
Okay. I'll follow.
okay, cool. As we're waiting for mine to, I don't know why I kind of did too much. Now, the thing about this is what I'm doing is actually gonna be a little bit more detailed. And only reason why it's becoming a little bit more detailed is because I'm gonna be lip syncing it. So it kind of know when you have a face like a real image, it's easier to lip sync because it has lips, it has eyes, so the AI notices and utilize the mouth, utilize the eye expression. But when you have like a animal or an object, it becomes a little bit more difficult to. So Claude already knew that, so it gave it like a super detailed in order to fill that in. We're gonna let's speed it up with this actually. Okay, so now that you guys have your avatar image, gonna click on it and we're gonna download it.
You cover the part where the importance of having an avatar versus recording my own image myself.
Well, nowadays everybody's faceless, but you could upload your own image and you could utilize your own face and so on, and we could voice clone and everything. Okay.
Is there any advantages to using a avatar that doesn't look like me?
Yes. Maybe you don't want to be recognized.
Yeah.
Maybe not as a you want to look younger. You have a lot of people adopted their images, so on. So younger person. So yeah, or you want to sell it, maybe it might be selling an item, selling something, you want a model to be describing it. So now we're gonna move over to 11 Labs, okay? And then we're gonna move back into chat. And then we're gonna ask ChatGPT to gonna ask it to create. We're gonna ask it to, we're gonna ask it to create a text.
So when we download it, do we download it like PNG, JPG?
PNG. PNG is fine. It doesn't really matter. They all have some are lightweight, some is not. It's just personal preference.
Yeah, the PNG is.
It's more the
higher
detail,
fidelity,
yeah, higher.
like it's transparent.
Yeah,
JPG is compressed,
yeah.
so.
It's not the detail. It's not gonna. Yeah. It's the strongest one. It's the best one. Yeah. Create a text for my character to say to about dog treats. You have to let ChatGPT know I will be using 11 labs. Using 11 labs in order to voice. Um, when you guys finish downloading, what we're gonna do is we're gonna upload that image into chat, okay? Or Claude, use chat. We're gonna upload it into Chat GPT. But right now, we're gonna be doing multiple, so you guys might be because I'm trying to speed it up. So basically, this is what Chat GPT gave me as far as a speech that my dog could say, and so we're gonna copy that. Go over here, we're gonna hit copy. We're gonna copy it. Copy that. Then we're gonna go into 11 labs. You guys created your 11 labs. Now we're gonna go into 11 labs. Earlier we went through what the different features of 11 labs was. Do you remember we did that? So this is basically the prompt area that we're gonna be using. Let me know when you guys get into 11 labs. Yeah, we need a lot more time in this class. I thought that was time is flying.
It flies when you're having fun.
I know, right? And we're gonna so let me know when you guys got into 11 labs. So when we go back over to basically chat, we copy, and we're gonna go to 11 labs and we're gonna paste it in there. Guys, let me know when you guys paste it in.
Sitting up.
You copy paste into 11 labs. Then we're gonna go to the voice section and we're gonna pick a voice. So we have numerous different voices here on the side. So would it be cool if my dog sounded like that? I think so, right? Our dog look like he speaks like that, right? I like that voice. All right, so we're gonna select them. We're gonna select that voice. Just double click on, and then he pops up right on the voice, right in the little section, the drop down menu here. You can speed him up, speed up his voice. You can slow it down, and we have a bunch of different selection that we could use here. And then we're gonna generate speech with my man Brian, the radio jockey. And let me know what you guys what I would love to know what you guys selected over here. So what did you choose? Yeah, it's gonna be real fun. So what we're gonna do after we create that is we're gonna download that. Okay. Most of the time, guys, to speed up your thing, most of the time you download is gonna go into your download folder. So you don't gotta go through your computer searching. So we click download, we go into the download folder, right? Then we're gonna go second. Guys, look, my dog is here, right? I'm gonna click on the dog and you can see, you know. Um, okay, we have choices here. We could recreate the image if you don't like it. We could upscale the image, make it more detailed. Sometimes I like to do that when I'm dealing with a character and I want them to be really super realistic. You could even go further and go upscale. We got image to video. So reference, create variations, change camera angles. Um, Again, guys, the more that we use this, the more credits get taken out. So we gotta remember that. So yes,
This image is not the same image that you showed earlier of the dog, right? So was this image, did you create this image in OpenAI?
yeah, this is Open AI's image.
And did you feed that original image of the dog into OpenAI?
No, we have two images. So
Uh,
so once we upload it into AI, if we do upload it, we could upscale it. Just makes it a little bit more refined and stuff. Again, every AI is going to give you something a bit different. It's up to you to choose what you want. Um, and again, you know, some of them are stronger in some areas than some. So, you know, the Nano Banana is right now, Theo is probably when we went through that earlier where we gave you, if you wanted to create an image of all the different AIs that you could utilize to create the best image. So this is the basically one of them. Yeah.
That original photo of the dog, you didn't use at all?
I didn't utilize it.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't use it. I'm just gonna, but went to lip sync. Guys, go down to lip sync. Now you could upload the image that you guys have downloaded. And we're gonna go down to the bottom. We'll go down here. Which image do you guys like better? This one or this one? This one? This one? You know what? I was gonna use this, but it's so narrow because I didn't select the you know, the size. So I'm just gonna use this one. Stop. Okay, drag and drop into this. You're gonna describe how you want the lip sync should be generated. Okay. I'm gonna go back to chat. It's just for you guys who are beginners. Um, Chat does so much. So you're gonna go back to chat. You're gonna say to chat. You're gonna say, I have an image I would like to use in open art. Open art. AI. Give me details of how I want this image to speak and move. Okay. And that's to just create another prompt. Okay. Now, guys, I'm going to show you something before we even go into animating it. I want to show you something important here. We're gonna upload this image. Okay. And we're going to we're gonna prompt um write out the JSON to this image. You were speaking about the JSON earlier, Jay?
Yes.
So this is how we do it. Write out the JSON to this image. Okay. There you go. And it's also good for character consistency across the board. So this is if you want to get even more detailed. Again, we see the JSON for this image. Species golden retriever. So if we were to go here and we could, yeah, middle-aged, gender, pose, expression, happy, warm, confident. Remember we wrote all those out? Personality. You guys could create a JSON right now for your image and we could tweak it. But we'll just for time purposes, we'll just, see here. Copy. Species.
So one of the time for people who have questions,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're just
might
gonna.
have to do another session where finish up whatever.
Okay. Just choose yeah. Okay. We're gonna go back to. Sorry, I'm speeding this up. We're gonna go back to open art and we're going to upload the 11 Labs thing audio. Guys, do that now. Upload the audio into from the download folder into Open Art AI. You did that, sir? Yeah, do that real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll walk you through it. So basically what we're doing, we're in this open art, right? We went to lip sync. We drag and dropped whoever we wanted into the image area. Then we went to, for the purposes, I'm gonna delete this. We went back in, or we could record audio too. So we could actually do the speaking also. We could create an audio. So this kind of functions but it's kind of pretty standard. They don't really have a lot of voices that we could utilize. So I find 11 Lab to have more features when it comes to that. Then we choose the audio. I'm gonna choose the audio. Upload this. Okay, this is gonna cost me 12,000. This thing is very expensive. Again, so it's very expensive. So we're gonna generate. Shoot, this is what I hate doing. Ah, yeah. Supposed to do this perfectly. Skip the step. I apologize. It's gonna cost me a lot of points. Well, this is for the purposes. So describe how the lip sync should be generated, right? So we're gonna see what happens if we just click that and see how it comes out. But While we're waiting on that to upload, waiting on this uploaded. Okay, guys, we're gonna go into. Guys, give you guys time to do it. In the meantime, while these guys are doing that, does anyone have any questions? Just let me know. Yeah, turn the chat on so you can see if these guys have any questions while we're waiting on this thing uploading.
Sure.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm really trying not to be as technical too, just so,
That's great.
yeah.
Doesn't seem like anyone.
Any more questions? Nobody has any questions? It's still turned off.
Yeah, the chat is turned off.
Yeah, you wanna turn the chat on? Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna move on to one more step. I'm just gonna do like a brief tutorial of this. Here we have Replit. Replit is the
1 second.
okay. Hey, so
Do you mind?
sorry.
Well, you can just ask it over there. Just ask if there are any questions and they should just put it on the Q&A.
Yeah, if you any questions, place them in the Q&A. Again, we're time constrained, so I'm just trying to rush through this now. So basically, we've described that every AI, for those of you who just came in, and every AI program has what is known as a prompt. This is Replit. Replit has this prompt here. Basically, you speak right directly into the prompt. It also has its own AI intelligence. So again, we had the you, which is you. The flow says you are the person that comes up with the idea. We have the person, we have the AI that's the brain, and then we have the actual agent. This is a combination of the brain and the agent. The brain of Replit is not as powerful, but it's not bad, So basically, we're gonna say create a web page, and this is just basic web page for a dog who sells treats. So again, it already selected. This is basically it already selected Doggy Delights is the name of is going to give you. On the side, this panel right here, it's the actual code behind building the website. So you guys could able to see actually as it's building the website, it's showing you the code that's behind it. So this is also a great way if you follow along what it's doing. You could learn how to create web pages too with it. and you guys can get a little bit more detailed. Basically, it's creating the landing page for the dog business. Love it. I'll build it. A fun, charming web page for this. Let me get started. Now, let me launch the design, and it's working. Okay, while we're working, we're going to utilize these tabs up here. We're going to go back, and we still haven't generated my voice. And this is only taking long because I just wanted to just do too much, and I'm utilizing the dog. Some of you who used the actual character of a face, you guys will see the generation be a lot faster with the lip sync. Did you are you able to? Did you did OpenArt delivered
Yeah,
your
pretty close.
Oh, it's still generating?
I'm about to generate now. I'm working on the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while we're, mind muting you?
Excuse me? Okay, hold on a second. Got muted?
Yeah.
So yeah, mute your mic.
Mike is muted.
No, on Teams. Muted. So, do you want to thank you for taking the time, Cameron, to speak to us and talk to us through this. We're actually at time. If you have any questions, um, uh, I'll leave on the meetup group the event. I'll leave your contact information. Obviously, you have a studio, so whatever links you want me to
Sure.
share with people,
Definitely.
share with them. And if you want to let people know how they can contact you, we'll try to have another one of these sessions, maybe next month, where we get into some more details, and maybe we'll have some prizes and judges for people who produce the best and coolest avatars and things of that nature. Before anyone who joined, we thank you very much. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so we have to drop off. But tune in and join us for the next one. Be on the lookout for the next session. We'll basically pick up where we left off and do some other cool things. Thank you very much. Yes. All right.
Thank you, thanks, guys. If you guys have any, you're obviously welcome to stay, if you have any questions.
Yeah, I'll give you like another 15 minutes.
I'm like right there. So hold on. Let me get to. So I got to the part where it says describe how the lip sync should be generated. So
Yeah.
how do I ask? I use Gemini a lot. How do I ask it to create a prompt that because I asked it right now. So to like match the character and the voice, but it's giving me these weird options.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll walk you through that.
Yeah, that's like the last thing.
Yeah. So, is, when you play it, is it matching the mouth movements?
I can see it right now. Like, is that like,
It's automatically gonna do that.
because.
That's you right there? Play
Yeah,
it. Are you able to?
I'm gonna generate it now.
Okay, yeah.
I got the voice right here. I got the image.
Yeah, just,
So I was thinking, do I need?
oh, the detail.
Yeah.
So you went over, and then what we did was we prompted is, write this prompt in there. Look on the screen. I wanted to guys, to go over some other AI agents like Kling AI. We have next we get a chance to do the Hey Gen. Yeah, Gen Spark is another one.
Black is still joining the session.
VO.
Let them know.
Oh, we have VO. VO is another one. And what do we utilize VO for versus lip syncing? These are some questions that you guys. So you have lip syncing where we're uploading a whole voice and everything, right? But then you have